Old masters knew a secret about true strength. Successful men today get this secret wrong. In fact, the harder a person tries to show their worth, the less genuine recognition they receive. You work hard to build your skills. You earn your expertise through effort and time. But what if your greatest success is also creating a hidden weakness? A blind spot that makes the respect you've earned fragile and easy to break. This is a strange problem that haunts many accomplished men. The very thing that built your reputation can become the thing that tears it down. In the next few minutes, you will find a way to make people stop testing you. They will start seeking your approval instead. A philosopher named Nietzsche had a method for this that works fast. It can protect your credibility permanently. This is a mental shift that only 1% of capable men ever uncover. By the end, you will know how to stop needing the approval of others to feel your own value. This single change transforms how everyone sees you. But this is the critical truth. You can learn every principle shared today and still fail completely. There is one missing piece that makes everything actually work. You have already built real respect with your skills. Most guys stop right there thinking the work is done. But there is an inner upgrade that takes you to the next level of recognition. This mental switch separates men who read about strength from men who live it and earn natural respect. If you miss this one part, everything else is just theory that doesn't work. It leaves you right where you began, wondering why people still challenge you. For thousands of years, warriors and thinkers have faced this problem. They knew a skilled man is a valued man, but they also saw a danger. When a man thinks his skill makes him better than others, he starts to fall. This is not a new issue. It is a timeless test for people who have built something worth appreciating. You have the foundation that makes earning deeper credibility possible. But to build upon it, you must see the traps laid by your own success. Stay, and you will learn to turn your greatest asset into a source of lasting, natural respect. Your skill is real. It is valued. But those same abilities create a dangerous mental trick. This pattern catches intelligent people when they least expect it. Ancient thinkers saw how victory could blind even the greatest leaders. Modern psychology finally caught up. They gave it a name: Overconfidence Bias. It is the natural way our minds believe we are smarter than we really are. This is most true in areas where we have already had success. This 2,000-year-old mental trap explains why capable men make poor decisions that hurt their own credibility. Your expertise in one field is proven. You earned recognition for it. But this bias tricks your brain. It makes you think your expertise works everywhere. It quietly says that since you are right about one big thing, you are right about most things. The tendency exists for a person to stop listening right when they need to learn the most. This happens because the feeling of being an expert is comfortable. Listening, on the other hand, means admitting you don't know everything, which can feel uncomfortable. The mind prefers the easy path of feeling correct over the harder path of finding the truth. You have seen this pattern in others. A successful business owner who thinks he is a political genius. A top engineer who gives bad life advice. They cannot see the limits of their own knowledge. Their past wins have created a risky overconfidence. This now weakens the appreciation people have for them. This is a pattern that can catch any accomplished person. It emerges not from weakness, but from your most respected strength. This makes it nearly invisible. It feels like confidence, but it acts like a poison to the very recognition you've earned. It makes other people feel that you are not open to input, which causes them to stop offering valuable insights and begin to quietly doubt your judgment. But once you see how this works, you can break free. Knowing about the bias is the first step. But remember that essential piece? Knowing the trap is not the same as being free from it. That freedom is only possible when you have the essential element working for you. There's an inner switch you need to flip. Most men never find it. This next piece of the puzzle is where most people give up. It happens right before the real breakthrough to earning natural respect. Thousands of years before science named this. Old philosophers knew it as hubris. Hubris was the pride that came before the fall of heroes and kings. They knew overconfidence was not a sign of strength. It was a sign of deep insecurity. It was a need for praise that always ended in lost credibility. Ancient warriors had zero tolerance for the mental weakness that still harms modern men standing. A will of iron is not fragile. It does not need to announce its own power. True strength is quiet. It does not need to perform. It simply is. Here you find a timeless truth about real strength. The German philosopher who wrote about becoming stronger, Nietzsche, called it the will to power. This is often misunderstood. It is not about a will to rule other people. The real meaning is the drive to beat challenges. It is especially about the challenges inside yourself. This is how you grow stronger. This means seeing a hard situation not as a threat, but as a workout for your character. When others test your credibility, they give you a chance to show your unshakable competence. When you see tests this way, each one becomes a chance to build more respect. In the 20th century, psychologists found this. They ran studies. They showed that people are often too sure of their own judgments. A famous Cornell University study in 1999 got praise for identifying this effect. But this work only put a modern name on ancient insight. Why do psychology textbooks hide what philosophers really taught about this bias and natural respect? The Roman emperor who mastered inner strength, Marcus Aurelius, knew this 1,800 years before Harvard researchers won prizes for discovering it. This is where you get a huge advantage. Psychology can name the problem, but ancient wisdom gives you the solution. This is not about having less confidence. It is about forging your confidence into something real. Think of the difference between a glass sword that breaks on first contact and a steel blade that can bend without breaking. By mixing old wisdom and modern proof, you can build a kind of mental armor. This armor lets you keep your hard-earned confidence, but it removes the prideful edge that makes others want to test you. It allows you to act from a place of quiet power. You no longer need to prove your value to anyone. This is the base of deep, natural respect. Stop for a moment. You already earn more recognition than most people ever will. Your past work proves your skill. But think about the difference between earning respect and maintaining it effortlessly. One is a constant fight. The other is a calm way of being. Here is the core test you face. You are a capable person who is used to being right. Your track record shows it. But because of this, your sense of worth can get tied to being right. So when someone doubts your expertise or questions your view, how do you react? The overconfidence trap makes you defensive. You feel a need to argue, to prove a point, to reestablish your position. But that reaction signals weakness. It shows your ego is brittle. It tells people your standing is conditional. It invites them to test you again. Now, ask yourself, what is the difference between showing your strength and embodying respected character? A man with true inner power does not get defensive when questioned. He gets curious. He does not need to win the debate. His self-worth is not at stake. You have strong instincts to protect what you've built. Here's how to channel that strength even more powerfully. This is using an iron will. An iron will is not the will to control others. It is the will to master yourself. It is the inner power to be wrong, to listen, and to learn, even when you are the expert in the room. Think about what Zeus-level presence looks like in your modern life. It's a strength so profound, it has no need to prove itself. This is how you grow from a man who knows things to a man who has wisdom. An expert gives answers. A wise leader asks better questions. This change affects everything. When you stop needing to defend your intelligence, people stop challenging it. They begin to trust your judgment, not just your knowledge. They value your opinion because it comes from a place of security, not pride. You get these deep ideas because you already have the foundation of a strategic mind. This is why you are ready for the inner switch that Marcus Aurelius himself found while ruling an empire. He had the same foundation you have, but discovered this internal switch that eliminated his need for external validation. You're ready for the same upgrade. This is how you remove the need to constantly prove yourself. You change your confidence from a fragile shield you must protect into a quiet power that protects you. But even this powerful new mindset is not complete. It needs the essential piece to make it permanent. Your confidence is real. It's earned. You have built something of value. You have a right to be proud of what you have done. But being confident and being respected are not the same thing. Pause for reflection. Think about the difference between wishing for respect and earning it naturally. The man in the overconfidence trap is always working. He must protect his reputation. He lives in a delicate state. He hopes no one finds the limits of his knowledge. The man with an iron will has no reputation to guard. He has character to live. His recognition is not a thing he holds. It is who he is. This is the step beyond simple confidence. What would Marcus Aurelius recognize as the evolution beyond confidence? He would see it as the moment a man's worth becomes independent of the world's opinion. Your ability built the foundation. Ancient power philosophy completes your respect. Men who have built the credibility you have often face this same test. It is the final challenge. You have done the hard work to build your skills. Now you are ready for the inner shift. This shift will make the recognition you get as solid as the skills you have. This is not about fixing a flaw. It is about completing what you started. It is the final layer of armor that makes your inner strength unbreakable. Here is the final part of the puzzle. When this final part clicks into place, you will see why it took modern researchers 50 years to catch up to what a philosopher wrote in one sentence about respect. The essential piece that makes everything we've covered actually work is the internal validation system. This is the inner switch you need to flip. Most men never find it. This is why some men can read about old wisdom and become respected, while others just collect quotes. Without this system, an iron will is impossible. Without it, your strength always depends on what others think. Overconfidence is just a loud attempt to get applause from the world. The internal validation system cuts that need completely. It means you're the source of your own approval. Your worth is not up for discussion. It is a fact that you own inside yourself. When you have a working internal validation system, you do not need someone else to say you are capable. You already know it. You do not need to win a debate to feel smart. You are secure in your own mind. This is what lets you be curious instead of defensive. This is what lets you listen without feeling attacked. Your power comes from a place inside that no one can touch. This mental switch separates men who read about strength from men who live it and earn natural respect. You're about to become the second type. This is true freedom. It is the solid foundation that turns your skill into permanent, natural respect. It is the engine of an iron will. Using this principle is a huge step. It is not just an idea. It is a tool. Starting today, when someone tests you, wait 3 seconds before you answer. This pause shows inner strength. People notice and respect the thoughtfulness right away. This simple action does 2 things. First, it stops your defensive reaction. Second, it shows unshakable inner power. It signals that you are not reacting to a threat. It shows you are thinking from a place of control. This small gap of time is where you take back your power from the situation. Your skill was always real. What ancient masters added was the method to make respect for it solid and sure. This pause is your first action. This base supports all other kinds of respect you will build. If you are tired of having to prove your worth, comment, "Nietzschean strength beats modern confidence," below. And if you are ready to build complete mental armor with timeless wisdom, hit subscribe. Join other men who are removing weakness with philosophical strength. When you live by this principle, when your approval comes from inside, others feel it. You do not have to say a word. It changes your presence. Your calm becomes a source of power for others. The respect you earn is no longer just for you. It creates a space where other people feel safe and can grow too. They see in you a strength that is real and does not need to shout. This wisdom has passed from teacher to student. It has passed from warrior to philosopher for thousands of years. It is a torch carried by generations of men who chose to build true inner strength. Now, you carry that torch. The light it casts will be your legacy.